Welcome back to strategiccorporateresearch.org. In today's video, we're going to look at the database Mergent Online. Mergent Online is one of the most comprehensive databases for conducting strategic corporate research, particularly on publicly traded firms. However, it is not available for free on the internet. We here at the University of Massachusetts subscribe to Mergent Online, as do many universities and colleges, as well as some selected public libraries. Let's take a look and see what it has to offer. If we go to the homepage of strategiccorporateresearch.org, we can scroll down to publicly traded firms and select question number 1, basic information. And here, if we scroll down to the UMass resources, we can see the link to Mergent Online. As we can see from their homepage, Mergent Online is set up to investigate a publicly traded firm. You can type in either the company name or its ticker symbol. Below that, you see you can select a box to look at privately held firms as well. But today we're going to look at a publicly traded firm, United Airlines. From the landing page, you can see both a menu at the top of the page, which will allow us to navigate through all the information available on Mergent on United Airlines, but it also presents an overview of the firm. Some basic information at the top of the page here, as well as a business summary, the key executives, financials, as well as company news. And this is news actually from this morning. But at the top of the page is the menu which will allow us to navigate through the Mergent Online website. Starting here on the left-hand side, we can look at executives. And this will take us to in-depth information on the executives. Here's Scott Kirby, the CEO. You can see what pops up is some information about his background. But if we were to select this PDF executive report and open that, you can see one of the beauties of Mergent Online is it presents a beautiful, comprehensive report, which provides some information first on the company, but then some information on the biography of Scott Kirby. The history with the company, his salary, his stock awards, his companies he's been involved with, a very comprehensive report for the executives. Secondly, we can look at ownership. And here, Mergent Online provides you a variety of different ways to look at this. First, we learned from the pie charts that 62% of the stock is held by institutions. And below is a list of all those top institutional holders. One of the strengths of Mergent Online, you could then click on any one of these institutional holders, find out what else it holds and where its stock on United falls in terms of their portfolio. So a very powerful way to look at it. You can also look at insiders. Again, from the pie chart on the left, we can see that 10% of the stock is owned by insiders, and of that, 55% is owned by Car Capital Management, and another 37% is owned by Pension Benefit Guarantee. And there are a few individuals with some limited numbers of stock. And again, we could look at each of those individuals and their portfolios as well. If we return to the menu at the top of the page, Mergent Online also provides in-depth information on the company financials. Here we see a standard balance sheet. We can also select from the menu an income statement, retained earning, cash flow. All of this could also be downloaded on the right-hand side to an Excel spreadsheet. So again, you can see the real power of these financials here on Mergent Online. Also note that on the menu on the top left, you can also select the ratios. Mergent Online calculates financial ratios for profitability, liquidity, debt management, and asset turnover over a 4-year period. And again, same here, you can download that to an Excel spreadsheet if you'd prefer to work with the data that way. Turning to the menu on the top, you can see that you can look at the annual reports, but you can also look at all the filings for the Securities and Exchange Commission. You can look at them either as a document, as a Word document, download it as an Excel format, or print it as a PDF. So this is, again, one of the strengths of Mergent Online is their ability to present you information in a variety of different formats. If we continue down the menu, we can see that Mergent Online provides information on competitors. What's really nice about this landing page is it gives you some basic information, for example, on the big three airlines, Delta, American, and United. You can see their revenues, their gross margins, the number of employees, the price per share. And then if you wanted to, for example, go on and compare United to American, for example, you could literally click on American Airlines and it's going to take you to that company. So if we go back up here and go back to American, we can continue. You can build your own report, but there are also company reports already prepared. So for example, if we were to select the expanded fundamental report, we could select it here and download it. What we see is approximately a 25-page report that's going to provide us a wealth of information on this firm. And if we scroll down, what we see here is the table of contents. An incredibly comprehensive report, 25 pages long, lots of color charts and graphs, a really wonderful resource when conducting this type of research. Returning to Mergent Online, I want to point out this second level of menu items across the top of the page. And one of the things here it's really important to look at is the history. Mergent Online presents a very detailed history on United Airlines in terms of all kinds of mergers and acquisitions and so on. Very powerful piece of information to have. You can look at the business, you can look at the property, and in this case, what's interesting, Mergent Online is presenting information on the types and the number of airlines that United Airlines owns. And again, you can look at long-term debt, you can look at the capital stock, and you can also look at the business segments and see to what degree is United Airlines focusing on domestic flight, Pacific flight, Atlantic, Latin America, and so on, as well as providing some information on revenues and income based on these different business segments. So as you can see, Mergent Online is a very powerful database to conduct strategic corporate research. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks.